been expecting you. There's monsters everywhere, run! Hey guys, I'm being a weirdo because it's cold, but do you think I could be Kate Hacker with my sleigh jumper? I could be like, wah, 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 monsters, I got you. Just incognito look right here. Just, there's monsters everywhere. My god, totally a weird intro, but hey guys, I'm here to do a book review for the duology of this Savage Song and Abbeyleec Duet. I don't know if I'm really going to talk about spoilers in this video, probably not, so it's not really going to be a point of talking about like both books, but I just don't want to do separate videos for them because I've read them so close to each other, so these are going to be in the same video, so yeah. Also, I finished watching Footloose and it was a lot of fun, and I also just realised that my camera is probably going to run out of charge. It's in the red light. It's just been sitting here and it decided it wanted to run out of battery, so it's a bit concerning, so we'll get into the book review. At first, when I was reading this Savage Song, I didn't really like it. It was really boring. I just didn't understand what was going on and the point, and nothing was really happening, and that was for the first 150 pages, and then I put the book down for a while because I had a readathon happening, and then I had some other books that I had to read, and I was feeling, it's flashing at me, oh my god. I was feeling a bit slumpy at the time that I was reading it, so I was a bit worried and concerned about finishing it, so I didn't really feel like reading it at the time. So when I picked it up like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, I was so excited and like, oh my god, it really started to pick up. I really started to enjoy the book, and then I read the second book. So at first it was like a 2-star, and then it became like a 4-star series overall. It's just the beginning isn't the best. I'm telling you, the beginning isn't best. I'm gonna have to charge my camera, so I'll be back. Oh my god, my camera finally charged again, but now it's like nighttime, so I had to put the light on, and I'm all a bit all over the place at the moment. Oh my god, here we go. No, there we go. But yes, but back onto the review. With this book, I really like the whole idea that it's actually set in our world, like it's America, like not that I've been there, but it's still the world and it's America. There was a big war, then all the states started to come together and become new states, so now there's only 10 states, and there's Verity, Prosperity. Other ones that I can't remember, there's at least 10, but they're the 2 that we see in the series. But it's interesting having this idea and having them talk about which states made up each area, and it was just kind of cool how like the world was able to band that way. By humans doing monstrous deeds, monsters are grown and developed from them. So if you murder someone, you create a monster. If you cause a massacre, you create a monster, and there's 3 types of monsters. You've got the Korsai, Mauchai, and Sunai. And it's a very interesting, like having these 3 monsters, and they're all different, and the Sunai are the rarest ones, and they're very like, it's got the riddle actually, that's what I'm reading off. Korsai, Tooth and Claw, Shadow and Bone will eat you raw. So they're very more monstrous than anyone and look like monsters, and they just eat you. And then you've got the Malky, Sharp and Slice, Smile and Bite and Drink You Dry. So they're more about blood, and they actually have the look of a human, but they're just still really evil. And then you've got the Sune, Eyes Like Coal, Sing You a Song and Steal Your Soul. Monsters, big and small, they're gonna come and eat you all. It's cool having this little poem on the back there. But the Sunai are the ones that actually look like human, and they have souls if they want them, like, which is August, who he doesn't want to be a monster, but they are very rare and they're interesting, and like they sing a song and it takes people's souls. Like these 3 monsters take every part of a human. First it's taking the soul, then it's drinking the blood, then it's eating the flesh. So it's very interesting in that sense to have that. And also with the Sunai, because that's the ones that we see more of in the book, is that like they sing and use music to lure your soul out, and it's only people that have corrupted, so only people who have caused a monster to grow can they feed off. And like they have the ability to go dark. They become these demonic like creatures with wings and horns, and every time they go dark, like they kill like a heap of people, and if they're not going dark, they get these tattoos in their arm. And August gets like slashes, like you know, 45 where you got the slashes and you got one that goes through, like he has that, and other characters can have stars, and they all have their own like tattoo that marks how many days they don't go dark for, and it just comes over their whole body, which I think was really cool as well. But also the plot I thought was really interesting, how there's like in Verity where we are, the town has been split, and it's not like a good or a bad side. Like even though the TF seem like they're kind of doing better, like it's crazy because both sides, like the Harker side is he actually makes the monsters work for him, and he makes people pay to have his protection, and they're they're just really, that's where more of the like killing happens, I feel. And then the FTF side with Flynn is he has only 3 Sune who are his monsters, and they're trying to save people. So it's kind of like, it's a really big battle. Like Haka, I see as probably being the worser of the sides, because he's just making people have to pay to survive and do everything, and the FTF really wants to help. But it's like, whoever perspective you're reading from, you see the good and bad of each. So it's really like, you've got monsters and then you've got bad humans as well. It's not just the monsters that we're fighting against, we're fighting against each other, and you shouldn't be doing that because you need to be working together, but you just don't, because you're all too slack is what I see. Yes, I really enjoyed the plot and how it's kind of got Kate and August, and like Kate's Hacker's daughter and August is pretty much Flynn's son, even though he's a Sunai, and they're both on opposite sides, and then they meet up, and then they kind of, the only way to survive is to work together. And then the next book is more of the plot developed with them, and they don't even see each other for like half of the second book, and then they're together, and then there's a new threat that they gotta go for. It's a lot of really good teamwork between them too. And also this book is marketed as not being a romance novel, and that is true. There is no romance in this book, and it's so weird to have a book without romance, because I'm so used to seeing it in books, and then having it not be a thing was just like, what? But I still really like the friendship that developed, and even though there was like no romance, they still did have thoughts, which was really interesting. They just never acted on them, and it wasn't really like a big thing, which I thought was cool. But onto the characters. With Kate, she wasn't my favorite. Like, she was still interesting, but I just didn't like this whole her trying to be a bad person to impress her father, because she was sent away because her like mother died, and then she's been going to different schools, and then she finally got to come back, and she's trying to be evil and manipulative and try to do things that her father would do so that he will be impressed by her. And you can see it in her point of views where she does things that she doesn't want to be doing, and it's not the way that she is. So it takes a while to finally know who the real Kate Hacker is, but she is a very interesting person. She's funny, she's fun, she knows how to fight, she is very, like I just say, a very complex character who she wants to impress her father so much, but she does come to a point where she knows that it's the wrong thing to do and finds the right person to be, and I find that really interesting with the character. And yeah, I just really did like her, but not as much as August, because he is just precious. He is a monster who doesn't want to be one, and he loves his violin and his family, and it's a constant battle for him to be able to hold on to that humanity that he doesn't really have. He doesn't really have a soul, but he tries to like hold on to something that won't make him go dark and kill people, because he has to kill people and feed on their souls to be able to survive. And it's a very hard battle for him, but it's just interesting too, like having him go to the north side and to go into school and spy on Kate and to actually find out things that he's never knew, and like all the sensory stuff that he went through, like just being able to go to a forest or just being out in the air or seeing the sunlight. Like, it's just all these new experiences for him that like we take for granted, but he's never experienced. And it was just so sweet too, just having this like this mentalness with him where he just doesn't know what he wants to be and where to go. And by the second book he really does find who he is, but it might not be the best person, but it's just I love August so much, and just he's just great. And I love the friendship that he develops with Kate, and how she'll be talking to him and he will like have no idea what she's on about, and he'll just be like, I do not know what's happening, and I'm very, very confused, and everything's just happening. And I love it. Their friendship was just goals. But I did really like this duology, even though this is like I'm trying to do a book review for both without actually spoiling anything, but just saying I did enjoy the first book more, and I find that it's a lot better to read these back to back. So now that the second book is published, Duet, you can actually do that. And I just definitely think it's like really quick and easy. Like, I feel like I really did fly through these books after I got past that 100 pages. So the second book I definitely, like, it's what, 500? It's like 500 pages, and I've read it in like 2 days, which I'm pretty happy with. But yes, I do recommend this. Even though I didn't have a good time with it at the beginning, it got a lot better. And like, I didn't like her Darker Shade of Magic series, and I've still got the third book to read. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'll have to do this. But this one definitely I recommend. And you know what, I have seen some people who like A Darker Shade of Magic, like they love it and they didn't like this one. So I don't know if it's a kind of like there's one or the other that you'll like, or you'll like both, but I definitely recommend this. It was really great. The second book's plot is a lot different from the first one. Like, the first one was really a survival story of August and Kate just trying to get out of what's happening and running away from the monsters and just figuring out what the hell is going on. And Duet really, I feel like the characters have evolved, and there's a different story plot, and new monster that they have to destroy, and everything really goes to shit. And so many things that you never thought would have happened do happen in this book, and I'm trying to be very vague without spoiling it, but it's definitely really good. Really upsetting and sad reading this one because it's just, but it's just so good, and definitely 4-star reads just because this one, the first part, wasn't that great, and because I liked this plot more than this plot, so that's the 4-star reasoning. Anyway guys, I hope you like my review of this duology, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!